I'm Gaby Dunn. Welcome to #MakeItGay, an all-queer live read of Legally Blonde. Thank you to NewFest for having us, and thank you to our amazing cast, and I hope you enjoy it. Our cast today is Alexandra Gray, starring as Elle Woods. Our director/narrator/stage directions is Drew Gregory. Fawzia Mirza is playing Emmett. Symphony Sanders is playing Brooke Taylor Windham. Ivory Aquino is playing Paulette. We have Jen Richards as Warner. And Rain Valdez as Vivian. And then we have Kirsten Kiwi Smith, who's playing Chutney, which is, I'm so excited. And then we have Mara Wilson as Professor Callahan, and among other parts. And Mal Blum as Professor Stromwell, among other parts. Jess Tom is playing Serena, among other parts. And then we have our wonderful ensemble, Ava Capri and Alexis Zall. So thank you to everyone for being here, and I hope you enjoy.
Legally Blonde by Karen McCullough and Kirsten Smith. Interior Delta Nu House Day. Perfect Day by Hoku plays as we wind through a flock of abstract silky golden strands, pulling back to discover that the strands are hair on a blonde girl's head. But not just any blonde girl, a girl in Delta Nu, the blondest, most beautiful sorority at CULA. We pull back further to see that she's holding a handmade card. We see hearts and glitter surrounding the name Elle. She carries the card out of her room, and we follow her across the hall into the room of 3 blonde cheerleaders who stop practicing their pom-pom routine to sign the card. As they finish, we follow the card girl out and into the room of a blonde party girl who pours a pink frozen margarita into a glass from the blender, then passes it down to another blonde girl assembly line style. Once the card arrives back in the card girl's hands, we follow her out of the room and down the hall until she reaches the very last and biggest door. She puts a kiss mark on the card, then kneels down and slides the card under the door. Interior Elle's Delta Nu room continuous. The card slides into a pink room. Bruiser, a tiny chihuahua, picks it up in his mouth as his owner, Elle Woods, 21, the goddess queen of Delta Nu, talks on the phone.
Oh, I love that restaurant. I heard Madonna went into labor there. Oh gosh, I have to go shopping.
Bruiser trots the card over to Elle.
Okay, I'll see you tonight. Okay, bye. Bruiser, what's this? Oh, good luck tonight, Elle and Warner forever. That's so cute.
Elle lets out a loving sigh as she blows a kiss to the framed photo beside her bed. Interior Delta Nu house, living room, same time. A Delta Nu Zeta Lambda Nu barbecue in full swing. Elle runs up to her friends, blonde sexpot Margot and hard-bodied non-blonde Serena.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet, but I'm not positive it's going to happen tonight.
Hello, he just had lunch with his grandmother. You know he got the rock.
Why else would she have flown in from Newport? It's not like she'd FedEx a 6-carat diamond.
Do you really think?
I can't believe you're getting engaged. Ah!
The 3 girls jump up and down, squealing and hugging.
Oh gosh, you guys have to help me pick out the perfect outfit. Come on.
Interior Sunset Plaza boutique day. Serena and Margot watch as Elle stands in front of a mirror, trying on a white designer mini dress.
I think you should go with red. It's the color of confidence.
Serena holds up a tiny pink slip dress.
I don't understand why you're completely disregarding your signature color.
I mean, he's proposing. I can't look like I would on any date. This is the date. The night I'll always remember. I want to look special. Bridal, but not like I expect anything.
A saleswoman looks at her cohort.
There's nothing I love more than a dumb blonde with daddy's plastic.
She grabs a dress off the clearance sale rack, ripping off the half-price tag.
He gets really excited when I start.
The saleswoman approaches with the dress.
Did you see this one? We just got it in yesterday.
Elle fingers the dress, then the new price tag, looking back at the saleswoman.
Is this a low viscosity rayon?
Yes, of course.
With half loop top stitching on the hem?
Absolutely. It's one of a kind.
Elle hands the dress back to her.
It's impossible to use a half loop top stitch on low viscosity rayon. It would snag the fabric. And you didn't just get this in, because I remember it from the June Vogue a year ago. So if you're trying to sell it to me for full price, you picked the wrong girl.
Ow.
The saleswoman scoffs and walks away. Elle does one last mirror check.
Girls, this is it. In a few hours, I'll be the future Mrs. Warner Huntington III.
Exterior, Delta Nu house, night. An attractive male hand knocks at the door. Interior, Delta Nu House foyer, same time. One of the sorority girls, Amy, opens the door to reveal Warner Huntington III, 21, tall, chiseled, and outrageously handsome.
Hello.
He walks past Amy and stops at the bottom of a spiral staircase. Elle appears at the top of the stairs in a pink dress. She slowly makes her way toward him.
Wow. You look beautiful.
So do you.
She looks up at him, completely smitten. They kiss.
Let's get out of here.
They leave as Elle's sorority sisters watch with pride. Exterior, the Ivy, night. Warner and Elle are seated at a cozy table on the patio.
Must be strange having such perfect eyes.
God, you're so wonderful, Elle. Thank you.
Elle lifts her freshly poured champagne flute.
Here's to us.
To us.
Elle takes a sip.
Oh,
Elle,
yes.
one of the reasons I wanted to come here tonight was to discuss our future.
Oh, and I'm fully amenable to that discussion.
Good. You know we've been having a lot of fun lately.
Yeah.
Well, Harvard is going to be different. Law school is completely different world, and I need to be serious.
Of course.
I mean, my family expects a lot from me.
Right.
I expect a lot from me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I plan on running for office someday.
Oh, and I fully support that, Warner. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But the thing is, if I'm going to be a senator by the time I'm 30, well, I need to stop dicking around.
Oh, Warner, I completely agree.
And that's why I think it's time for us, Elle, Pooh Bear. I think we should break
I do.
up.
What?
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I think it's the right thing to do.
You're breaking up with me? I thought you were proposing.
I'm sorry, proposing? Oh, if I'm gonna be a senator, I need to marry a Jackie, not a Marilyn.
So you're breaking up with me because I'm too blonde?
No, that's not entirely true.
Then what, my boobs are too big?
Your boobs are fine.
So when you said you were always loved me, you were just dicking around?
Elle, I do love you. I just can't marry you. You have no idea the pressure I am under. My family has 5 generations of senators. My brother is in the top 3 at Yale Law, and he just got engaged to a Vanderbilt, for Christ's sake.
Everyone in the restaurant is staring.
Okay, sorry folks, bad salad. Sweetie, Pooh Bear?
Elle pushes her chair away from the table and walks out.
Oh,
It's not like I have a choice here, sweetheart.
Everyone is still staring.
Okay, all right, yeah. You get the car. I'll get the check.
Well, I won't be having the salad.
Exterior street night. Elle teeters down the sidewalk as best she can in her 3-inch heels, sobbing. Warner pulls up alongside her in his convertible Saab.
Come on, let me take you home.
no.
Elle, believe me, I never expected to do this, but I think it's the right thing.
How can it be the right thing when we're not together?
Well, I have to think of my future and what my family expects of me.
So you're breaking up with me because you're afraid your family won't like me? Everybody likes me.
Well, East Coast people are different.
Just because I'm not a Vanderbilt, suddenly I'm black trash? I grew up in Baldwin Hills, Warner, across the street from Raven Simone. I think a lot of people would say that's a lot better than some stinky old Vanderbilt.
I told you, I need someone serious.
But I'm seriously in love with you. Isn't that enough?
Pooh Bear, just get in the car.
No.
Pooh Bear, you're gonna ruin your shoes.
Elle stops and thinks a minute.
Okay.
She gets in the car, still crying. Exterior, Delta Nu House night. Warner pulls up in front. It's a starry, romantic night. Everything should be perfect. It's not. Elle gets out of the car and Warner quickly drives away. Interior, Delta Nu House hallway day. Amy knocks at Elle's door.
Elle, it's Amy. I'm having trouble with this whole lip liner thing.
Another sister passes.
Sweetie, didn't you hear?
Hear what?
Oh, it's terrible. He dumped her.
She leads a reluctant Amy down the hall. Interior, Elle's Delta New Room, day. Elle is in bed eating chocolate. Bruiser clutched to her chest, soaps on the TV.
Oh, darling, I'll love you forever.
Fire!
Serena and Margot enter, bearing Jamba Juice.
Honey, you have to leave this room. It's been like a week.
Oh,
Drink this.
What's the one thing that always makes us feel better no matter what?
Margot gasps. Interior, upscale manicure shop, day. A row of uniformed manicurists and their classy clients. Chattering away, therapy in full session, Serena sits in front of her regular nail technician.
She had 8 grilled cheese sandwiches. Just stuffed them all in her mouth. It was so sad. We all thought she'd be the first to walk down the aisle, and now she's totally adrift.
Totally.
She hasn't conditioned her hair in like a week.
Maybe she's going for the grunge look.
And like, her nails are full on chipped.
So, trailer trash.
Serena switches to Vietnamese.
She'll never get him back with those cuticles.
No shit.
Elle, sitting in the waiting area, picks up the only magazine left on the table, Town and Country. An old lady next to her reads 17. Elle freezes on the engagement section.
oh my God.
She looks at a photo of a horse-faced young woman standing next to a 3 years older version of Warner. She turns to the old lady next to her.
Do you know who that is?
No.
That's Warner's older brother.
Who?
Third-year Yale law student Putnam Bowes Huntington III and his fiancée, Lane Walker Vanderbilt, first-year law. This is the type of girl Warner wants to marry. This is what I need to become serious.
What, but ugly?
No, a law student.
Elle rushes out. Serena looks after her.
Elle?
Exterior, Wood's backyard, day. Elle's parents, Daniel, in tennis clothes, and the face-lifted Sapphire, stare at Elle by the pool.
Law school?
It's a perfectly respectable place, Daddy.
Honey, you were first runner-up in the Miss Hawaiian Tropic Contest. Why are you going to throw that all away?
Going to Harvard is the only way I'm going to get the love of my life back.
Sweetheart, you don't need law school. Law school is for people who are boring and ugly and serious, and you, Button, are none of those things.
Elle sighs. Interior, counselor's office, day. Elle sits in front of her advisor.
Harvard Law School?
That's right.
But that's a top 3 school.
Oh, I have a 4.0.
Yes, but your major is fashion merchandising. Harvard won't be impressed that you aced history of polka dots. What are your backups?
I don't need backups. I'm going to Harvard.
Well then, you'll need excellent recommendations from your professors.
Okay.
And a heck of an admissions essay.
Right.
And at least a 175 on your LSATs.
Oh, once I had to judge a tidy whitey contest for Lambda Kappa Pi. Trust me, I can handle anything.
The advisor hands her a form.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Elle gets up and leaves with confidence. Interior, Elle's Delta New Room, day. Margot and Serena walk toward Elle's open door.
Because I have a high metabolism. A really high metabolism.
It's metabolism.
They notice Elle sitting on the floor surrounded by piles of LSAT prep books, Bruiser, and the framed photo of Warner.
My God, what are you doing?
Reading about the LSATs.
My cousin had that. Apparently you get a really bad rash on your...
The LSATs are an exam. Girls, I'm going to Harvard.
You mean like on vacay?
Let's all go! Road trip!
No, I'm going to Harvard Law School.
Why?
Elle, I know you're upset about all this, but can't you just take a Percocet?
Okay, once Warner sees me as a serious law student, he'll totally want me back. It's a completely brilliant plan.
But isn't it, like, hard to get into law school?
Well, I have the highest GPA in Delta Nu.
Margot pulls something off her wrist and hands it to Elle.
Here, you're gonna need this.
Your scrunchie?
My lucky scrunchie. Help me pass Spanish.
Serena rolls her eyes and looks at Margot disapprovingly.
You passed Spanish because you gave Professor Montoya a lap dance after the final.
Yeah, luckily.
A montage of the next 3 months begins with exterior Woods Bel Air backyard day. On video, Elle sits in a jacuzzi in her bikini.
Hi, my name is Elle Woods, and for my admissions essay, I'm going to tell all of you at Harvard why I'm going to make an amazing lawyer.
Interior Delta Gamma House living room day. On video, a Delta Gamma chapter meeting takes place.
As president of my sorority, I'm skilled at commanding the attention of a room and discussing important issues.
Elle bangs a gavel as she sits in front of her sisters.
It has come to my attention that the maintenance staff is switching our toilet paper from Charmin to generic. All those opposed to chafing, please say aye.
The sisters eye in unison. Bruiser barks his approval. Interior library study room night. Elle sits in front of Amy as Amy quizzes her with practice LSAT questions.
A, neither type of opera or neither type of rap is on sale. B, neither type of jazz and neither type of opera is on sale.
Elle gazes out the window to see some bare-chested fraternity boys carrying a keg across the quad.
Woo! Party! Delta Nu! We love you! No.
Okay.
Exterior Woods backyard pool day. On video from above, we see Elle as she floats on a raft in her pool in a pink Versace bikini.
I'm able to recall hundreds of important details at the drop of a hat.
Hey, Elle, do you know what happened on Days of Our Lives yesterday?
Why, yes, Margot, I do. Once again, we joined Hope in the search for her identity. As you know, she's been brainwashed by the evil Stefano.
Interior Delta Nu House living room day. Elle takes a practice LSAT exam as Serena, Margot, and a few other Delta Nus do their butt crunches. Serena, while clenching her tush, hits a stopwatch.
And go!
Elle starts furiously writing. Dissolve 2. Margot writing 143 on top of Elle's practice test. Bruiser whines and Elle slumps with frustration. Exterior CULA campus day. On video, Elle walks across campus.
I feel confident using legal jargon in daily life.
A random frat boy whistles at her and she turns toward him dramatically.
I object.
Interior auditorium day. LSAT exam sections 1 through 6 is scrawled on the chalkboard. Elle sits in an auditorium with about 90 other students, LSAT booklet open, filling in answers. Interior Delta Nu House foyer day. Amy rushes in with a stack of mail, waving an LSAT envelope as she calls out.
It's here! Elle!
Elle rushes down the stairs as the other Delta Nus gather around.
What?
It's here.
Elle takes the envelope.
179.
She turns it to the crowd and raises it above her head in triumph. The girls immediately begin jumping up and down as group joy ensues.
179, 179.
Interior Harvard Law admissions day. On the TV, Elle stands up in the jacuzzi.
And that's why you should vote for me, Elle Woods, future lawyer for the class of 2004.
The video is paused as 3 admissions guys sit at the table piled high with applications, the dean of admissions at the head of it. Stunned silence fills the room. Finally, one of them speaks.
She does have a 4.0 from CULA, and she got a 179 on her LSATs.
A fashion major?
Well, sir, we've never had one before. Aren't we always looking for diversity? Her list of extracurricular activities is impressive.
She was in a Ricky Martin video.
Clearly, she's interested in music.
She also designed a line of faux fur panties for her sorority's charity project.
She's a friend to the animals, as well as a philanthropist.
Elle Woods, welcome to Harvard.
Exterior Harvard dorm day. Pale, studious law students clad in earth tones move into their dorms. A silver convertible Boxster drives up, Elle at the wheel. A large moving van follows behind.
Oh, Bruiser, it's so exciting. Look, Harvard. Are you excited?
Bruiser barks. Cut to 2 moving guys hauling a pink faux fur love seat and a potted palm out of the truck. Elle looks up at the dorm with Bruiser in her arms.
This is our new house for the next 3 years. Oh, are you thirsty? Let's get you some water. Oh, you just look parched.
She bends down to pour some Evian into his inflatable doggy dish, inadvertently revealing cleavage to some men staring from above.
Hey, Brad, check out Malibu Barbie. Where's the beach, honey?
Elle keeps pouring the water, not noticing everyone staring.
Here you go. Good boy. We're just going to be so excited to see you.
Elle turns to the movers.
Guys, this way. Come on, Bruiser.
She walks toward the dorm, Bruiser and the movers following.
Oh, it's going to be so exciting. Now, don't be scared. Everyone's going to love you.
Exterior Harvard Day. Welcome law students class of 2003 banners hang over orientation tables manned by second-year law students, 2Ls, wearing red t-shirts.
Woods, Elle.
Elle takes a packet from a fuzzy male 2L.
Class schedule, map, book list.
Wait a second. My social events calendar is missing.
Your what?
Social events. You know, mixers, formals, clam bakes, trips to the Cape. Okay. Has Warner Huntington checked in yet?
No. Maybe you should check with the cruise director on the Lido deck.
Elle frowns. Exterior Harvard Law School Day. Elle sits on the lawn with a group of students. She turns her attention to the group leader, a burned-out 2L.
Okay, welcome to law school. This is the part where we go around in a circle and everyone says a little about themselves. Let's start with you.
He gestures at a guy with glasses, Dorky David.
My name is David Kidney. I have a master's in Russian literature, a PhD in biochemistry, and for the last 18 months, I've been deworming orphans in Somalia.
Awesome. What about you?
Enid, a militant feminist, looks up.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Enid Wexler. I got a PhD in Berkeley in women's studies, emphasis in the history of combat. And last year, I single-handedly organized the March for Lesbians Against Drunk Driving.
Killer.
Thanks, good times.
He looks at an intense guy in his late 20s, Aaron.
Aaron Mitchell. I graduated first in my class from Princeton. I have an IQ of 187, and it's been suggested that Stephen Hawking stole his brief history of time for my 4th grade paper.
Cool.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elle Woods, and this is Bruiser Woods, and we're both Gemini vegetarians. I have a bachelor's degree in fashion merchandising from CULA, and I was a Zeta Lambda Nu sweetheart, president of my sorority Delta Nu, and last year I was homecoming queen. Oh, 2 weeks ago, I saw Cameron Diaz at Fred Siegel and talked her out of buying this truly heinous Agora sweater. Whoever said orange is the new pink was seriously disturbed.
She looks around, pleased. Interior, Elle's dorm room day. A gray, dingy, cell block style room now crammed with Elle's clothes, the pink fluffy love seat, and a potted palm. Elle looks at herself in the mirror.
Wish me luck, Bruiser. This is my first class as a serious law student. I totally look the part.
Interior, law school hallway day. Elle heads for a classroom amidst a crowd of students who eye her like she's an alien.
Hi.
She rounds a corner, seeing Warner in all his handsome glory looking over his schedule. As Elle gets closer, she opts for wandering past him, seemingly oblivious to his presence.
Elle?
Warner? Oh my God, I completely forgot you go here.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm sorry. Are you here to see me?
No, silly. I go here.
You go where?
Harvard Law School.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Warner stares at her, completely discombobulated.
Oh my gosh, Warner, it's going to be so great. I'm planning this great mixer. You totally have to help me. I'm thinking like a luau or maybe like casino night. It's going to be just like senior year, except for funner. Time to go. I have class, but meet me after on the benches, okay? Okay, bye.
She sachets off with a confident smile. Interior, civil procedures class day. Students file in and take their seats. Elle enters, an excited look on her face. Interior, civil procedures class later. Professor Elspeth Stromwell, a tough-as-nails grande dame in her 50s, addresses the class. Laptops abound, except for Elle, who has a pink, heart-shaped notebook.
A legal education means you will learn to speak in a new language. You will be taught to achieve insight into the world around you and to sharply question what you know. The seat you have picked is yours for the next 9 months of your life. For those of you in the front row, beware.
Elle, in the front row, between two unshowered brainiacs, looks around, panicked.
The law is reason free from passion. Does anybody know who spoke those immortal words?
Dorky David raises his hand.
Yes.
Aristotle.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Would you be willing to stake your life on it?
I think so.
What about
She spins around, roughly poking another student in the head.
his life?
I don't know.
Well, I recommend knowing before speaking. The law leaves much room for interpretation, but very little for self-doubt. And you were right. It was Aristotle. Now, I assume you've all read pages 1 through 48 and are now well versed in subject matter jurisdiction.
Elle looks around, surprised, as students open their books.
Who can tell us about Gordon v. Steele? Let's call on someone from the hot zone. Elle Woods.
Oh, actually, I wasn't aware that we had an assignment.
Oh, Vivian Kensington.
Vivian Kensington, a prim and preppy blue-blood brunette dressed in pearls and a sweater set, looks up.
Do you think it's acceptable that Ms. Woods is not prepared?
No, I don't.
And would you support my decision to ask her to leave and return to class only when she is prepared?
Absolutely.
Elle can't believe that this girl would betray her. Having no choice, she gathers her purse and goes, completely humiliated.
Now, Ms. Kensington, did diversity jurisdiction exist in this case?
No, it did not.
Very good.
Exterior law school quad, benches later. Emmett, a shy and quirkily handsome 28-year-old who could pass for younger, sits on a bench going over some papers. He looks up and spots Elle sitting next to him, looking traumatized.
Excuse me, are you okay?
Yeah. I mean, do they put you on the spot like that, like all the time?
The professors? Yeah, they do. They tend to. It's the Socratic method.
So if you don't know the answer, they're just gonna kick you out?
So you have Stromwell, huh?
Yes. Did she do that to you too?
No, but she made me cry once. I mean, not in class. I waited until I got back to my room, but yeah, she'll just kick you right in the balls or whatever. But yeah, she's tough. She's really tough.
Great.
Don't worry though, it gets better. Who else do you have?
I have Callahan, Royalton, and Leventhal.
Yeah, let's see. Speak up in Callahan's class. He really likes people that are opinionated.
Okay.
And in Royalton's class, try to get a seat in the back. He spits when he talks about products liability. And for Leventhal, make sure that you read the footnotes. That's where he gets most of his exam questions.
Great. Wow. I'm really glad I met you. Are you a third year?
Well, actually, I'm...
Warner walks up behind Emmett, interrupting.
Hey, Elle.
Elle looks up, pure adoration on her face.
Hi. Thanks for all your help.
Good luck.
Emmett rises and walks off.
Hey, Warner.
Hi. So how was your first class?
Oh, fine, except for this horrible preppy girl who tried to make me look bad in front of the professor. But no biggie. You're here now. How was your summer?
Good. Yeah. It was good.
Did you do anything exciting?
A female hand snakes around Warner's chest from behind. Warner turns and brings the owner of the hand around his side, presenting her.
Hey, have you met Vivian?
Vivian, the horrible girl herself, holds out her hand to Elle, full of contempt.
Oh, hi. Vivian Kensington.
Do you know her?
Well, Vivian,
I'm his fiance.
Vivian tucks a piece of her mousy brown hair behind her ear, and there it is, the rock.
I'm sorry, I just hallucinated. What?
Yeah, she was my girlfriend in prep school, and well, we got back together this summer at my grandmother's birthday party.
Warner told me all about you. You're famous at our club. But he didn't tell me you'd be here.
Pooh Bear, I didn't know she would be here.
Excuse me.
She rushes off. Exterior street, interior, Elle's convertible Boxster, day. Elle drives, wiping the tears from her face. She spots something off to the side and swerves her car toward it, a gasp of hope escaping her lips. Her car stops in front of a strip mall salon called Beauty Nook.
Oh, thank God.
Interior, Beauty Nook, day. A downscale, blue-collar salon with 5 hair chairs and 2 manicure stations. Old ladies and young waitresses get perms. Paulette, early 40s, lower middle class, hard-edged, plus-sized, looks up as the defeated Elle sinks into the manicure chair.
Are you free? It's an emergency.
Bad day?
You can't even imagine.
Spill.
I worked so hard to get into law school. I blew off Greek week to study for the LSAT. I even hired a Coppola to direct my admissions video. All to have my boyfriend Warner back, and now he's engaged to this awful girl, Vivian. So it was all for nothing. And I just wish I'd never gone to Harvard.
After you went to all that trouble.
He's engaged. She got the 6-carat Harry Winston on her bony, unpolished finger. What am I supposed to do?
You're asking the wrong girl. I mean, I'm with my guy 8 years, and then one day I met someone else, move out.
Oh no, that's awful.
Dewey kept the trailer, and my precious baby Rufus.
Paulette shows Elle a picture of a bulldog.
I didn't even get to throw him a birthday party.
No.
I mean, what's a girl to do? He's a guy who followed his pecker to greener pastures, and I'm a middle-aged high school dropout who's got stretch marks and a fat ass.
That's terrible.
Yep, happens every day. So, what's this Vivian got that you don't have? 3 tits?
She's from Connecticut. She belongs to a stupid country club.
Is she as pretty as you?
She could use some mascara and some serious highlights, but she's not completely unfortunate looking.
Hello, ladies.
Paulette looks up to see the UPS guy, a strapping hunk of a man in his late 30s. She blushes and smooths down her hair, knocking over a bottle of nail polish in the process.
Oh, look what I did.
See you later.
He goes. Paulette watches him. Elle notices.
Oh, shit. Could I be any more goddamn spastic?
It's okay.
So, you're sure this Warner guy is, like, the one?
Definitely. I love him.
Well, if a girl like you can't hold on to a man, then there sure as hell isn't any hope for the rest of us. What are you waiting for? Steal the bastard back.
Interior, criminal law class, day. Elle sits, glaring at Vivian, who keeps waving the rock in Elle's direction as she plays footsie with Warner. Professor Callahan, 40s, a big fan of himself, no time for bullshit, stands before the class.
I should warn you that in addition to competing against each other for the top grade in this class, you'll also be competing for one of my firm's highly coveted 4 internship spots next year, where you will get to assist on actual cases. Let the bloodbath begin. Now, let's commence with our usual torture. Miss Woods, would you rather have a client who committed a crime malum in se or malum prohibitum?
Neither.
And why is that?
I'd rather have a client who's innocent.
Elle smiles, proud of her answer. The class snickers.
Dare to dream, Miss Woods. Miss Kensington, which would you prefer?
Malum prohibitum, because the client would have committed a regulatory infraction as opposed to a dangerous crime.
Well done, Miss Kensington. You've obviously done your homework. Now, let's look at malum prohibitum a little more closely. It's been said...
Elle raises her hand.
Yes, Miss Woods?
I changed my mind. I picked the dangerous one because I'm not afraid of a challenge.
She looks pointedly at Vivian. Exterior, Harvard, day. Warner is playing football with a group of guys. Elle, wearing a furry pink coat, sets up a lawn chair nearby. The guys start to notice her.
Who is that?
Guys, come on, guys.
Did you play?
Hi.
Warner gives Elle a sheepish smile.
Warner, you know her?
Hi.
Interior, Harvard Law Library, day. Warner and his study group, Vivian and her friend Claire included, sit at a table, going over their outlines. Elle walks up to the table, holding a basket of muffins, bright smile on her face.
Hi, everybody.
Elle, what are you doing here?
I'm here to join your study group. And look, I brought sustenance. Who's first?
Our group is full.
Oh, is this like a RSVP thing?
No, it's like a smart people thing. And as Vivian said, we're full.
Guys, come on, we can make room for one more.
Vivian kicks Warner under the table.
We've already assigned the outlines. The answer is no.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave then.
Bye.
She walks away completely deflated, passing by the raging feminist study group. Enid calls out.
Maybe there's like a sorority you could join instead. Like,
You know, if you had come to a rush party, I would have at least been nice to you.
oh, and is that before you voted against me and called me a dyke behind my back?
I don't use that word. You must have heard it from Vivian.
She looks back at Warner's table and walks off. Interior, Elle's dorm room later. Elle sinks down onto her bed, deflated. She picks up the phone and dials. Interior, bridal shop day. Serena, with a new hairdo, and Margot are surrounded by wedding dresses. Margot talks on her cell phone.
It's Elle! Guess what I'm doing right this second?
I don't know. What?
I'm picking out my wedding dress!
What?
Josh proposed!
Did you get the rock yet?
Almost.
Well, hurry up so you can come home. We miss you.
Oh, I miss you guys too. The people here are so vile. Hardly anyone speaks to me.
Oh my god, I forgot to tell you.
What?
I got bangs. They're very even. My hair is so now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to me. Keep June 1st open. You're one of my bridesmaids. And give Warner our love because I'm getting married! I'm getting married!
Margot falls, ripping her dress. The line goes dead, and Elle looks more deflated. Interior, Elle's dorm hallway, same time. Vivian and Claire are talking to some other students.
So don't forget, 8 o'clock at 45 Dunson Street. It'll be a really nice party.
Vivian and Claire start to walk away.
Oh, and don't forget to bring your own Merlot.
Elle pops her head out of the room.
No, wait. Someone at the school is actually having a party?
Vivian and Claire turn around. Elle's face falls when she sees that it's them.
Yes.
But it's a costume party. You probably wouldn't want to come.
I love costume parties.
Oh, well, then I guess we'll see you there.
Okay.
45 Dunson Street, okay?
Bruiser growls. Exterior, off-campus house night. 2 feet in high heels and fishnet hose stride purposefully up the sidewalk. A perfect butt wearing a bunny tail wiggles up the steps. Interior, off-campus house night. A party filled with people who are no fun to party with. They aren't in costume. Elle, decked out as a Playboy bunny, looking sexy as hell, strides in. People look at her in shock.
Oh my god.
Elle walks over to Vivian and Claire, who are sipping wine. When Vivian sees Elle, she spits laughing.
Thanks for inviting me, girls. This party is super fun.
Nice outfit.
Oh, I like your outfit too. Except when I dress up as a frigid bitch, I try not to look so constipated.
Elle walks away.
She's horrible.
You've got the ring, sweetie.
They look at the rock with admiration. Elle makes her way through the party until she sees Warner stuck in a conversation with Enid.
Warner, the English language is all about subliminal domination. I mean, take the word semester, okay? This is a perfect example of this school's discriminatory preference of semen to ovaries. That's why I'll be petitioning to have next term be referred to as the winter ovester.
Excuse me. Hey, Warner.
Warner turns. He smiles at Elle, admiring her costume.
Well, don't you look like a walking felony?
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Enid groans and walks away.
Having fun?
I am now. What's with the costume?
Oh, I just decided to dress up.
Really?
I feel like we barely get to see each other since we've been here.
Oh, I know. I'm so busy with these case studies and hypos.
I know what you mean. I mean, I can't imagine doing all this and Callahan's internship next year. It's going to be so much.
Oh, come on, Elle. You're you're not going to get the grades to qualify for one of those spots. You're you're not smart enough, sweetie.
Am I on glue or did we not get into the same law school, Warner?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
But what? We took the same LSAT and we're taking the same classes.
I know, but come on, Elle, be serious. You can do something more valuable with your time.
I'm never going to be good enough for you, am I?
He doesn't answer. She storms off.
Just forget it. I'll show you how valuable Elle Woods can be.
She stomps out of the house. A girl power song starts to play as a montage begins. Interior, Harvard Bookstore night. Elle, still in her bunny suit, stands in line holding a bright pink laptop. Emmett walks up behind her in line. He clears his throat. Elle turns, seeing him.
Don't ask.
I wasn't gonna.
She marches forward, laptop in hand. Interior, Elle's dorm room night. Elle types a brief on her new laptop, coffee next to her. Exterior, law library day. Elle, arms full of books, walks past the Warner Vivian study group. Vivian and Claire scowl at her, but Elle passes with her head held high. Interior, law library night. Elle reaches for a book on a high shelf, but she's not tall enough. Dorky David walks up and grabs it for her. She smiles.
Thanks.
Interior, civil procedures class day. Professor Stromwell is in front of the class.
So, you filed a claim. Now what?
She looks over to see Elle sitting there typing on her laptop.
Ms. Woods?
Don't you need to have evidence?
Meaning?
Meaning you need reasonable belief that your claim should have, like, evidentiary support?
Stromwell is somewhat impressed. She moves on to the rest of the class.
And what kind of evidentiary support does this case require?
Elle smiles. Interior, Elle's dorm room day. Elle works out on her elliptical cross trainer with a book in front of her. She changes the TV to the news. Interior, beauty nook day. Paulette looks at Elle as she studies with her hair underneath a dryer. Interior, criminal law class day. Callahan is in the midst of a lecture. He points at Elle.
And the purpose of diminished capacity is?
To negate mens rea?
Callahan nods affirmatively. Elle hides a smile. Interior, Elle's car day. Elle drives. Paulette is shotgun.
You ready?
No.
Yes, you are. Go, you can do this.
Exterior, Dewey's trailer day. Paulette walks up, practicing her speech to herself.
Listen to me, Dewey. You shut your mouth. No, you shut your big mouth. No, I'm doing all the talking.
The door opens. Dewey and his beer gut emerge.
What the hell do you want? We're eating lunch.
I just,
Oh, you just thought you'd come here and show me what I'm definitely not missing?
that's not why I came by.
Hey, Paulette, how many times are you going to show up here begging me to take you back, huh?
I was,
Paulette reddens, flustered and humiliated. Elle appears next to her.
Dewey Newcomb?
Who's asking?
I'm Elle Woods, Miss Bonafonte's attorney, and I'm here to discuss the legal situation at hand.
Come again?
Do you understand what subject matter jurisdiction is?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, due to habeas corpus, you and Miss Bonafonte had a common law marriage, which heretofore entitles her to what is legally referred to as equitable division of the assets.
Come again?
Due to the fact that you've retained this residence, Ms. Bonafonte is entitled to full canine property ownership and will be enforcing said ownership right now.
Huh?
Tell him, Paulette.
A stunned Paulette looks at Elle, then turns to Dewey, fire in her ass.
I'm taking the dog, dumbass.
Interior, exterior, Elle's car, a moment later. Elle and Paulette, Rufus in her arms, runs towards the car.
We did it! Oh my gosh, did you see him? He's probably still scratching his head.
Yeah, which must be a nice vacation for his balls.
She
Oh,
kisses Rufus.
thank you.
Elle looks over at Paulette, heart going out to her. Interior criminal law class day. The State v. Latimer is written on the board. Elle takes notes on her laptop as Warner makes an argument.
So according to Swinney v. Newbert, Swinney, who was also a private sperm donor, was allowed visitation rights as long as he came to terms with the hours set forth by the parents. So if we're sticking to past precedent, I mean, Mr. Latimer wasn't stalking. He was clearly within his rights to ask for visitation.
But Swinney was a one-time sperm donor. And in our case, the defendant was a habitual sperm donor who also happens to be harassing the parents in his quest for visitation.
Well, yeah, but without this man's sperm, the child in question wouldn't exist.
Now you're thinking like a lawyer.
Elle raises her hand.
Yes, Miss Woods.
Although Mr. Huntington makes an excellent point, I have to wonder if the defendant kept a thorough record of every sperm emission made throughout his life.
Interesting. Why do you ask?
Well, unless the defendant attempted to contact every single one-night stand to determine if a child resulted in those unions, then he has no parental claim whatsoever over this child. I mean, why this sperm? Why now?
I see your point.
And for that matter, all masturbatory emissions where his sperm was clearly not seeking an egg could be termed reckless abandonment.
Warner's mouth hangs open, as does Vivian's and the rest of the class. Callahan smiles.
I believe you just won your case.
Elle grins. Interior, Callahan's class later. As the students file out, Elle passes Callahan.
Miss Woods, you did well today.
Really?
You're applying for my internship, aren't you?
I don't know.
You should. Do you have a resume?
I do.
She pulls a resume out of her briefcase and hands it to him. He looks at it.
It's pink.
Oh, and it's scented. I think it gives it a little something extra, don't you think? Okay, well, see you next class.
She walks on. Emmett walks up holding a file.
Do you think she just woke up one morning and said, I think I'll go to law school today?
Well, that lapse in judgment aside, I think she's got a lot of potential. Here's the Windham file.
Callahan hands Emmett Elle's resume.
Valdez.
What's that?
It's her resume.
Smells good.
Exterior Beauty Nook night. Through the window, we see Elle and Paulette sitting in the empty salon, now covered in Christmas decorations. They clink cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon, toasting the holiday. Exterior criminal law class hallway day. A throng of buzzing students is gathering around the bulletin board. Elle walks up.
What's going on?
Callahan's firm is defending a murder trial. His caseload is so big, he's taking on first-year interns.
He picked them already?
My God, I can't believe it. Warner, we got it.
He grins and she kisses him on the cheek. Elle shoves her way to the board. The paper reads, Criminal Law Internship Awards, Warner Huntington III, Vivian Kensington, Enid Wexler, and Elle Woods. Elle gasps.
Me, yes.
Everyone reacts. Dignified, she walks through the crowd, stopping in front of Warner and Vivian.
Oh, Warner, do you remember when we spent those 4 amazing hours in the hot tub after winter formal?
Yeah. No.
This is way better than that. Excuse me, I have some shopping to do.
She leaves, and Vivian looks at Warner.
4 hours?
Interior, Austin, Platt, Jarrett, and Callahan, lobby, day. The elevator doors open and Elle emerges opposite Warner and Vivian. Warner walks inside.
You look very nice today, Vivian.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Interior, Austin, Jarrett, Platt, and Callahan conference room. Professor Callahan opens his briefcase as Elle, Vivian, Enid, and Warner hang on his every word.
We're defending Brooke Windham, whose very wealthy husband was found shot to death in their Beacon Hill mansion.
Gold digger?
You'd think so, since the stiff was 60, but she was rich on her own. Some kind of fitness empire. You can buy her exercise tapes on infomercials.
Wait a minute, are you talking about Brooke Taylor?
Maiden name, Taylor. You know her?
Well, she's a Delta Nu. She wasn't in my pledge class or anything. She graduated 4 years before me, but I used to take her class at the Los Angeles Sports Club. She's amazing.
Amazing. How?
She can make you lose like 3 pounds in one class. She's completely gifted.
Well, in all likelihood, she's completely guilty as well. She was seen standing over her husband's dead body.
By who?
His 26-year-old daughter and the pool boy.
Emmett walks in and sits down. Elle looks at him, confused.
Sorry I'm late. Excuse me.
This is Emmett Richmond, another associate, top 3 in his class, and former editor of Harvard Law Review. You've probably seen him lurking around campus doing my research.
Thanks for the introduction.
Elle smiles at him. He smiles back, almost shy.
What about the murder weapon?
The gun is missing. The coroner said he'd been dead 30 minutes when the cops arrived, giving Brooke plenty of time to stash it.
I just don't think Brooke could have done this. Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't shoot their husbands. They just don't.
Interior Boston jail day. Callahan sits at a long table next to Brooke, a pretty 26-year-old blonde with a perfect body and a sad face. The interns and associates sit at the far end of the table taking notes.
Didn't do it. I walked in, I saw my husband lying on the floor. I bent down to check his heart. I screamed my head off, and then Enrique and Chutney ran inside.
Okay, your stepdaughter and the pool boy came in, where they saw you standing over the body covered in his blood.
Why would I kill my husband?
Insurance? A love affair? Pure unadulterated hatred? Believe me, the DA will come up with plenty of reasons.
I loved him.
He was 34 years older than you. That doesn't look so good to a jury.
Then show him a picture of his dick. They might, put a few things together.
Brooke, I believe you, but a jury is going to want an alibi.
Well, I can't give you that. And if you put me on the stand, I'll lie.
Well, then I guess we're done for today.
He stands, as do his minions. As they file out, Brooke sees Elle.
Hey.
Hi.
I know you.
I'm Adele New, and I'm a huge fan of yours.
You took my class in LA.
Mm-hmm.
You had the best high kick I've ever seen. Are you one of my lawyers?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, thank God one of you has a brain.
Interior Beauty Nook day. Rufus and Bruiser lie next to each other on the floor. Elle sits in front of Paulette, nails in soapy water.
I'm the only one who believes her. Callahan totally thinks she's guilty.
That's because men are big, fat idiots who don't.
The UPS guy stands in the doorway with a package, sun streaming in around him.
Good afternoon, ladies. Paulette Bonafonte?
Oh my God.
He's coming over here.
I've got a package.
He's got a package.
How you doing today?
Fine.
He waits for her to sign. Paulette is frozen. Elle takes the pen and signs for her, trying to help. UPS guy smiles kindly at Paulette and heads out.
Take it easy.
Paulette watches him go, hand over her heart. Elle looks at her, concerned.
So this is the only interaction you two have ever had?
No, sometimes I say okay instead of fine.
Well, why don't you offer him a cold beverage or a neck massage or something?
Come on, what's the point?
Trust me, Paulette. You have all the equipment. You just need to read the manual. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to show you a little maneuver my mother taught me in junior high. In my experience, it has a 98% success rate of getting a man's attention. And when used appropriately, an 83% rate of return on a dinner invitation.
Wow.
Okay, it's called the bend and snap. Watch this. Oh, I think I dropped something on the floor that I need to pick up. So you bend.
She slowly bends down as if to pick up something, sticking out her tush, knee cocked. She slides her hand down her cocked leg until her hand touches the floor, and she snaps back up, boobs a-bouncing.
And snap. See? Come on, you try it.
Paulette stands up, repeating the maneuver.
Bend
Bend.
and snap.
Snap.
It's a spastic version of what Elle just did.
Okay, a little less bend, a little more snap. Okay, now this time put a little arch in your back and maybe get your footing more solid.
A hair client walks over.
Like this?
She tries.
Good snap.
Elle pulls Paulette toward another client.
You, come on, you can do it.
Okay, a bend.
Very, very good.
Everyone applauds.
We all can do it. Come on, guys, come on.
All the clients and technicians, no matter what their age or how many foils are in their hair, are up and doing the bend and snap.
You're gonna bend and snap. I got hair on my face. Now you're gonna put your head into it, okay? Bend and snap. A little attitude, please. Now everybody smile. That's very important. Pump, pump, bend and snap. Good job, everybody. Work it out. Work it out. Wow. Come on, Paulette. Bend and snap.
Maurice, a male hairdresser, comes out of the back room mixing a bowl of bleach as he walks. He stops when he spots the activity.
Oh my god, the bend and snap works every time.
Interior, Austin, Platt, Jared, and Callahan, conference room, night. Callahan, the associates, and the intern sit at a large table.
Well, if Brooke didn't kill the guy, then who did?
My money's on the angry daughter or the ex-wife.
Chutney had a trust fund. She didn't need the insurance payoff or the inheritance.
What about the mother?
Covered. She was in Aspen at the time. Vivian, give me some plum sauce. 10 people saw her down in Cosmopolitans at the Caribou Club.
Well, all I know is it's not Brooke.
That's touching, Elle, but we need an alibi.
Elle thinks about this. Interior, Boston jail, day. Elle talks to Brooke on the phone through the glass.
I bought you some necessities. Calvin Klein 720 count sheets, the entire Clinique skincare line, some aromatherapy candles, and a loofah. Oh, and the Bible.
She holds up a Cosmo.
You're an angel.
So how are you? Are you all right? You look so orange.
I'm just glad it's you and not Callahan.
He means well. He's very brilliant.
He better be for what I'm paying him.
I have to tell you the real reason I came here. Professor Callahan says we really, really need your alibi.
Elle, I can't. I mean, you don't understand.
Who could better understand than me?
It's so shameful.
Whatever it is, Brooke, it could save you.
No, that's just it. It could ruin me.
How?
I've made my fortune on the ability to perfect women's bodies with the Brooks Butt Buster workout.
I know, you helped me go from a 6 to a 4.
That's great. On the day of Hayworth's murder, I was getting liposuction.
No.
I know, I'm a fraud, but it's not like normal people can have this ass. If my fans knew that I bought it, I would lose everything. I've already lost my husband. I'd rather go to jail than lose my reputation.
Brooke, your secret's safe with me.
Thank you.
Interior, Austin, Platt, Jared, and Callahan, conference room, day. The associates and interns sit at a table piled high with research as Callahan goes over his notes.
Vivian, grab me some coffee. We've got 2 interviews tomorrow that Jared and Bobby are going to handle. The ex-wife in an hour. And according to this communique from the prison, our client apparently had a visit from her sister, a Miss Delta New. Anyone you know?
Yes, I went to visit her.
What the hell do you mean you went to visit her?
I went to get her alibi.
Did you get it?
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Well, great. What is it?
Oh, I can't tell you.
Why the hell not?
Because I promised her I'd keep it a secret, and I can't break the bonds of sisterhood.
True sisterhood. This is a murder trial, not some scandal at the sorority house. I want the alibi.
I can't give it to you, but I can tell you she is innocent.
An assistant pokes her head in the room.
Mr. Callahan, Mrs. Windham Vandermark is online too for you.
Someone reason with her while I take this.
He walks out. The others look at Elle.
Are you crazy? Just tell him the alibi.
No.
We're gonna lose the case if you don't.
Well, then we're not very good lawyers.
Elle, if you tell him, he'll probably hire you as a summer associate. Who cares about Brooke? Think about yourself.
I gave her my word, Warner.
So what?
Vivian watches, seeing both Warner and Elle in a different light. Callahan storms back in.
The ex-wife seems to be unconcerned with the fact that her interview is today. She's at a spa in the Berkshires.
A spa? Isn't that kind of like your mothership?
I could go if you want me to.
Emmett,
Yeah.
go with her.
Interior, Emmett's Volvo, day. Emmett drives, Elle is shotgun.
She seems completely untrustworthy to me.
Why?
I mean, this is a person who's made her living by telling women that they're too fat.
Brooke would never tell a woman she was too fat.
And she seems to me like she's hiding something.
But maybe it's not what you think.
Maybe it's exactly what I think.
You know, you're really being a butthead.
A butthead. Why would you call me that?
You know, Emmett, you need to just have a little more faith in people. You might be surprised.
I just can't believe you just called me a butthead. No one's called me a butthead since about the 9th grade.
Maybe not to your face.
She gives him a teasing smile. He smiles back at her, shaking his head. Exterior, Golden Springs, day. Emmett and Elle pull up to the spa. Wealthy-looking people file in and out with the help of well-dressed employees.
So this is what a spa looks like. Wow, okay, so how do we find her?
I called ahead. She's in the mudroom.
She's not naked, is she?
Interior, Golden Springs mudroom, day. Windham Vandermark, late 40s, brunette, East Coast hoity-toity, lies on a table like a corpse, stiff with mud, cucumbers over her eyes. Elle and Emmett poke their heads in.
Miss Windham Vandermark?
So you found me.
We're here from Austin, Platt, Jared, and Callahan, and we're here to ask you a few questions.
So I hear that little tart from California shot poor Hayworth.
Well, that's what we're trying to prove didn't happen, actually.
Do you have any reason to believe it did?
Well, I've never actually met the woman, but my daughter tells me she can be quite the little bitch.
Now, did your daughter ever mention anything to you about the relationship between Brooke and Hayworth?
Well, she did say they humped like gorillas. Guess it wasn't enough, though, for Brooke.
Why do you say that?
Well, haven't you seen the Cabana Boy?
Interior, Emmett's Volvo, night. Emmett drives with Elle in the passenger seat.
She's lying.
And you know this for a fact?
Did you see the icky brown color of her hair?
So, now you discriminate against brunettes.
Why shouldn't I? I'm discriminated against as a blonde.
You know, being a blonde is actually a pretty powerful thing. You hold more cards than you think you do. And I personally would like to see you take that power and channel it towards the greater good, you know?
Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.
Elle gets out of the car.
Hey,
Yeah?
how do you think I would look as a blonde?
I'm not sure you could handle it.
Good night.
Bye.
Elle smiles as Emmett drives off. Exterior, Harvard campus, night. Elle walks down the sidewalk to her dorm, approaching dorky David as he tries to ask out a freshman girl. She stands with her freshman friends.
So I called your room last night.
I heard.
I was thinking maybe we could go out sometime.
No, you're a dork.
I'm in law school.
Look, I'm not gonna go out with you. I can't believe you'd even ask. Girls like me don't go out with losers like you. Let's get out of here.
Excuse me.
Elle walks up to David and slaps him across the face.
Why did you call me?
What?
We spend a beautiful night together, and then I never hear from you again?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? For breaking my heart? Or for giving me the greatest pleasure I've ever known, and then just taking it away?
The both.
Well, forget it. I've already spent too many hours crying over you.
Elle storms off, smiling.
So, when do you want to go out again?
Interior, Elle's dorm room, night. Elle in sweats and a ponytail pours over a mammoth-sized deposition. A knock sounds.
Come in.
Vivian enters.
Are you done with that deposition yet?
Oh, yeah, here, take it. I've read it like 20 times.
Okay. You know, Elle, I still can't believe you didn't tell Callahan the alibi.
It's not my alibi to tell.
I know, and I thought that was very classy of you.
Really?
Sure.
Thanks.
Vivian starts to go, then stops.
Did you ever notice how Callahan never asked Warner to bring him his coffee? I mean, he's asked me at least 10 times.
Well, men are helpless. You know that.
I know. Warner doesn't even do his own laundry.
I know. He has to have it sent out.
I know. Did you know when he first applied, he got waitlisted?
What?
His father had to make a call.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm.
No way.
Vivian looks at Bruiser.
Oh, God. That is such a precious dog. Hi.
His name is Bruiser. Do you want to hold him?
Oh,
He's very friendly.
sure. Oh,
Bruiser licks Vivian's face.
oh.
He likes you.
He's giving me kisses.
Exterior courthouse day. People ascend the wide courthouse steps. They're surrounded by press.
Thanks, Jeff. We're here today covering the trial of Brooke Windham. Now, you may remember she's charged with the murder of her husband, Boston millionaire Hayworth Windham. First to testify are the victim's daughter and ex-wife.
Interior courtroom day. The bailiff begins the trial.
The Superior Court of Suffolk County is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marina R. Bickford presiding. You may be seated.
The DA begins grilling Chutney.
And where was she exactly?
Standing over my father's dead body.
The DA continues her grilling. This time, Mrs. Windham Vandermark is on the stand.
And what was the defendant doing? Well, she was sitting next to the pool, topless, while the Latin boy handed her a drink.
Close on, a tiny Speedo thong.
Mr. Salvatore, can you tell us what this is?
We pull back to reveal the DA is holding it up as she questions Enrique.
My uniform.
This is the uniform that Mrs. Windham asked you to wear while cleaning her pool?
Yes.
Are you or are you not having an affair with Brooke Windham?
Define affair.
Have you and Mrs. Windham had sexual relations?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Courtroom gasps.
Ladies and gentlemen, court will reconvene tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We're adjourned.
Everyone files out. As Brooke is being led away, she turns to Elle.
You know a Delta Nu would never sleep with a man who wears a thong.
Never.
I just liked watching him bend over to clean the filter.
I know. I believe you, Brooke.
Take care of me, Elle.
I will.
Brooke is taken away. Interior, Beauty Nook day. Paulette applies lipstick with her back to the door. The UPS guy enters and walks towards her.
Got a big one for you. Can you sign?
He hands her the computerized tablet, and as he does, she lets the pen fall to the floor. She bends slowly, tush out, knee cocked. She grabs the pen, and as she prepares to snap back up, UPS guy leans over to help.
I got it.
Not realizing he's leaning over, she snaps back up, clocking him in the nose with her head. He reels backward, holding his nose, blood flowing as Paulette stares at him in horror. Interior, courthouse, hallway, day. Elle waits in line for the water fountain, talking on her cell phone.
You broke his nose?
I blew it, Elle.
I'll be there right as soon as court is out. We have to cross-examine Enrique, but don't worry, my girlfriend Serena barfed on a guy during the Blair Witch Project. They ended up dating for like 3 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
She hangs up. Enrique cuts in front of her in line for the water fountain. She glares at him, tapping her foot. He turns, looking at her.
Don't stomp your last season Prada shoes at me, honey.
He walks past as Elle frowns.
He's not last season.
Then it hits her. Elle gasps. Interior, courtroom, moments later, Elle grabs Emmett's arm as he whispers with Callahan.
gay. Enrique is gay.
What?
Warner, what kind of shoes are these?
Black ones?
See?
What are you talking about?
He's gay. He isn't Brooke's lover. He's making it up.
Wait, back up. How do you know he's gay?
Gay men know designers. Straight men don't.
You know what? He did leave a share tape in the pool house one time.
While I appreciate your masterful legal theory, I have a murder trial to attend to. Emmett?
Okay, I'll take care of it. Thanks.
The court will come to order.
Interior courtroom moments later. Callahan is in front of Enrique, who is at the stand.
Mr. Salvatore, do you have any proof that you and Mrs. Windham are having an affair?
Only the love in my heart.
Well, if that's all the proof that he has, Your Honor, I think I'm done here.
You may step down, Enrique.
I'd like to ask a couple questions, Your Honor.
Callahan glares at him.
Just give me a couple minutes.
Emmett approaches Enrique.
Did you ever take Mrs. Windham on a date?
Yes.
Where?
A restaurant in Concord where no one could recognize us.
And how long have you been sleeping with Mrs. Windham?
3 months.
And your boyfriend's name is?
Chuck.
Right.
The audience lets out a gasp.
Silence! Pardon me.
Yes, Mr. Salvatore?
I was confused. See, I thought you said friend. Chuck is just a friend.
Oh, okay.
Chuck, scrawny and angry, stands up in the audience.
You bitch!
Chuck, wait!
The courtroom erupts and the judge bangs the gavel.
Silence in my court. Sit down, Mr. Salvatore. Silence in my courtroom.
Elle smiles victoriously from her seat. Emmett grins back at her.
Thanks.
Interior, Austin Platt, Jared, and Callahan, conference room day. Elle passes Vivian, who carries a stack of depots, into the conference room to Gerard and Bobby.
Callahan asked to see you before you leave.
Really?
He's already got his coffee. Maybe he needs a donut.
They share a smile as Elle walks over to Callahan's glass-walled office and knocks on the door.
Come on in.
He beckons her inside, and she goes, shutting the door behind her. Interior, Callahan's office continuous. He's behind his desk.
Hi. Sit down.
Okay, is everything all right?
You followed your intuition today, and you were right on target. I should have listened.
Thank you.
About the alibi.
I'm sorry.
I'm impressed that you took the initiative to go there and get it. That's what makes a good lawyer. And you earned the client's trust. That's what makes a great lawyer. You're smart, Elle. Smarter than most of the guys on my payroll.
Wow.
Callahan walks around his desk and sits in the chair next to her.
I think it's time to discuss your career path. Have you thought about where you might be a summer associate?
Oh, not really. I know it's very competitive.
You know what competition is really about, don't you? It's about ferocity, carnage, balancing human intelligence with animal diligence, knowing exactly what you want and how far you'll go to get it. How far will Elle go?
As he says the last sentence, he slides his hand up her thigh. Outside Callahan's office, Vivian glances in to see Callahan's hand sliding up Elle's skirt. She shakes her head in disgust and heads off. Elle stares at Callahan in horror, then grabs his hand, stopping its journey upward.
Are you hitting on me?
Beautiful girl, Elle.
For everything you just said?
I'm a man who knows what I want.
And I'm a law student who just realized her professor's a pathetic asshole.
She walks out.
Too bad. I thought you were a law student who wanted to be a lawyer.
Interior, Austin Platt, Jared, and Callahan, hallway night. Elle gets in the elevator, flushed and upset. As the doors start to close, Vivian sticks her arm in, blocking them.
You almost had me fooled.
What?
Maybe you should sleep with the jury too. Then we can win the case.
Vivian steps back, letting the doors shut. Interior, building lobby night. Elle stomps out of the elevator as Emmett gets in.
Hey.
I'm quitting.
Why?
Law school was a mistake. This whole internship was a mistake.
What are you talking about? You earned it.
I didn't earn anything, Emmett. Callahan only gave me that internship because he liked the way I looked, which he made clear tonight when he tried to fill me up.
Callahan did what?
Just forget about it. I'm going back to LA. No more boring suits, no more pantyhose, no more trying to be something I'm just not.
What if you're trying to be something you are? I mean, the hell with Callahan. Stay.
Call me if you're ever in California, okay?
She walks out. Emmett watches her go, hating it. Exterior, Beauty Nook day. Elle's Boxster, packed with suitcases and the potted palm, is parked in front. Interior, Beauty Nook day. Elle stands in front of Paulette, dejected.
I mean, what's the point in saying Paulette? All people see when they look at me is blonde hair and big boobs. No one's ever going to take me seriously. The people at law school don't. Warner doesn't. I don't even think my own parents take me seriously. I just felt like for the first time that someone expected me to do something more with my life than just become a Victoria's Secret model. But I was just kidding myself. Callahan never saw me as a lawyer. He just saw me as a piece of ass, just like everybody else. Turns out I am a joke.
No, you're not a joke.
Paulette and Elle hug.
To hell with law school. I just wanted to say goodbye.
In a nearby chair, Professor Elspeth Stromwell spins around, nails drying, facing Elle.
If you're going to let one stupid prick ruin your life, you're not the girl I thought you were.
Elle looks at her, shocked, as Professor Stromwell stands and goes. Interior, jail waiting room night. Close on a TV, Callahan is being interviewed on the news.
Did you go in there knowing how you were going to discredit Mr. Salvatore?
Oh, absolutely. It's a little thing I like to call strategy. You know, I had a feeling about Mr. Salvatore.
Brooke looks away from the TV. Emmett and Vivian are across from her.
Ugh. Is he always such an ass?
He's the top defense attorney in the state. Of course he's an ass.
But is he an ass that's going to win my case?
Well, he's an ass that's gonna try.
He thinks I'm guilty, doesn't he?
That's not what's important.
If he doesn't trust me, why should I trust him?
Ask Elle. She looked pretty cozy with him last night.
You know, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
What's going on here?
Elle quit.
What?
Yeah. Callahan hit on her, so she quit.
Oh my God, scumbag.
Oh, God.
What?
I feel terrible. I made a huge mistake.
Well, maybe there's something we can do about it.
Interior courtroom day. Callahan takes his seat next to Brooke. She smiles at him.
What are you so happy about? You're on trial for murder.
Get up.
What?
You're fired. I have new representation.
Who?
The door of the courtroom bangs open and Elle strides in, dressed in a Prada mini dress, bruiser in her purse.
Excuse you, you're in my way.
She's a law student. She can't defend you.
Dorothy David steps up, holding out a marked casebook.
Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court ruling 3.03.
See? Thank you, David.
Counselors, approach the bench.
You're not going up there.
Oh, yes, I am.
I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't hear me. You're fired.
Counselors, now, all of you.
Elle, Callahan, and Emmett head up, as does the DA.
Elwood, Your Honor. Rule 3.03 of the Supreme Judicial Court states that a law student may appear on behalf of a defendant in criminal proceedings.
Your Honor, I have no problem with this.
I do. I'm not allowing it.
But you agreed last night in your office when we were discussing my career.
The ruling also states that you need a licensed attorney to supervise you. Mr. Callahan?
That I won't agree to.
I'll supervise, Your Honor.
Well, then, Ms. Woods, proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Paulette beams, the UPS guy in the nose brace next to her. Callahan passes by Brooke as he joins the audience.
Enjoy prison.
Mrs. Windham, you do realize what you're doing.
Absolutely.
As Callahan sits, Margot and Serena walk in.
Oh my God, there she is. Elle!
Elle, we came to see your trial.
Oh, look how cute. There's like a judge and everything. And like jury people.
Vote for Elle.
Ladies, take a seat.
Go, girl.
Interior courtroom moments later, Chutney has her hand on a Bible.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Ms. Woods, you may begin your questioning.
First of all, I would like to point out that not only is there no proof in this case, but there's a complete lack of mens rea, which by definition tells us that there can be no crime without a vicious will.
I'm aware of the meaning of mens rea. What I am unaware of is why you're giving him a vocabulary lesson when you should be questioning your witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Windham, when you arrived back at the house, was your father there?
Not that I saw, but like I said, I went straight upstairs to take a shower.
And when you came downstairs, what happened?
I saw Brooke standing over his body, drenched in his blood.
But Miss Windham didn't have a gun?
No, she'd stashed it by then.
Move to strike that from the record, Your Honor. Speculation.
Stricken.
Elle mentally kicks herself for not doing this herself. Emmett gives her a reassuring nod. She takes a deep breath, then continues on.
Miss Windham, did you hear a shot fired?
No, I was in the shower.
Okay, so sometime in the 20 minutes you were in the shower, your father was shot?
I guess.
Your father was shot while you were in the shower, but you didn't hear the shot because you were in the shower?
Yes, I was washing my hair.
Where is she going with this?
Have a little faith, Gerard.
Miss Windham, what had you done earlier that day?
I got up, got a latte, went to the gym, got a perm, and came home.
Or you got in the shower?
Yes.
I believe the witness has made it clear that she was in the shower.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Windham, have you ever gotten a perm before?
Yes.
How many would you say?
2 a year since I was 12. You do the math.
You know, a girl in my sorority, Tracy Marcinko, got a perm once. We all tried to talk her out of it. Curls weren't a good look for her. She didn't have your bone structure. But thankfully, that same day, she entered the Beta Delta Pi wet t-shirt contest where she was completely hosed down from head to toe.
Objection? Why is this relevant?
Oh, I have a point, I promise.
Then make it.
Yes, Your Honor. Chutney, why is it that Tracy Marcinko's curls are ruined when she got hosed down?
Because they got wet.
Exactly. Because isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you are forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium triglycolate?
Yes.
And wouldn't say someone who's had 30 perms throughout her lifetime be well aware of this rule? And if in fact you weren't washing your hair, which I suspect you weren't since your curls are still intact, wouldn't you have heard the gunshot? And if in fact you heard the gunshot, Brooke Windham wouldn't have had time to hide the gun before you got downstairs, which would mean you would have had to found Miss Windham with a gun in her hand to make your story plausible. Isn't that right?
She's my age. Did she tell you that? How would you feel if your father married someone who was your age?
You, however, had time to hide the gun, didn't you, Chutney, after you shot your father?
I didn't mean to shoot him. I meant to, I thought it was you walking through the door.
Pandemonium erupts. The gavel pounds.
Order! Order!
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Bailiff, take the witness into custody where she will be charged for the murder of Hayworth Windham. In the matter of the state v. Brooke Windham, this case is dismissed. Mrs. Windham, you are free to go.
The crowd cheers. Brooke hugs Elle. Paulette kisses the UPS guy who grimaces due to his broken nose. Interior courthouse foyer day. Reporters mob Elle and Brooke as they make their way out of the courtroom.
Elle, how did you know Chutney was lying?
Because she's brilliant, of course.
The rules of hair care are simple and finite. Any Cosmo girl would have known.
The reporters laugh as they snap pictures of her and Brooke. Exterior courthouse steps later. Elle looks up at the courthouse as the sun sets behind it. She smiles, proud of herself. Warner runs after her.
Elle, Elle.
What?
Wow, I just wanted to say that you were so brilliant in there, and that I was wrong. You are the girl for me.
Really?
Oh, Pooh Bear, I love you.
Oh, Warner, I've waited so long for you to say that. But if I'm going to be a partner in a law firm by the time I'm 30, I need a boyfriend who's not such a complete bonehead.
Elle walks away triumphant. Interior Harvard building 2 years later. A giant banner reads Harvard Law School. Professor Stromwell, wearing a cap and gown, speaks at a podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the graduates of Harvard Law School, class of 2004. I am personally very honored to introduce this year's class-elected speaker. After getting off to quite an interesting start here at Harvard, she graduates today with an invitation to join one of Boston's most prestigious law firms. I am sure we are going to see great things from her. Ladies and gentlemen, Elle Woods.
Elle, in cap and gown, stands as an audience of fellow graduates applauds. She hugs Professor Stromwell before approaching the podium.
On our very first day at Harvard, a very wise professor quoted Aristotle. The law is reason free from passion. Well, no offense to Aristotle, but in my 3 years at Harvard, I have come to find that passion is a key ingredient to the study and practice of law and of life. It is with passion, courage of conviction, and strong sense of self that we take our next steps into the world, remembering that first impressions are not always correct. You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself. Congratulations, class of 2004. We did it!
The crowd applauds. Bruiser pops out of Elle's bag with his own little graduation cap on. As our lovable cast of characters looks up at Elle, text on the screen checks in with each of them. Vivian dumped Warner. She and Elle are now best friends. Warner graduated without honors, without a girlfriend, and without any job offers. Paulette married the UPS guy. They are expecting their first child, a daughter to be named Elle. Emmett quit Callahan's firm and opened his own practice. He and Elle have been dating for the past 2 years. Emmett is proposing to Elle tonight. Elle smiles back at all of them. She throws her cap in the air, looking out at the crowd and toward her future. Her blonde hair still glistening. Fade out. The end.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible. Woo. Well, they're so
Kiwi, was that totally surreal?
Yes. Oh my God.
Honestly, this is the casting you would have done at the time.
I know. And I'm slightly crying.
You're crying?
Oh.
I mean, we would not be here without your genius. So thank you. And thank you so much to everyone who watched. And thank you so much to our cast. You'll be able to see all of their socials down below. Thank you to Carl St. Lucie, our almost famous producer. Thank you to me, the famous producer, Gaby Dunn. And yeah, thank you so much to NewFest. And you guys are so incredible. I really appreciate all of you in the cast. Everyone here, as Jen said, understands the assignment. So thank you.